everybody. As you can see, I'm standing in front of a fairly decent sized container, and this is our container for shipping out all of our worldly goods to Kauai. And it's because this got here yesterday, we figured this was a good time to send out a note to all those who haven't heard, giving a little bit of an update on what's coming next in the few weeks that we have left here in Bremerton. So the first thing is this container has arrived, and then the next thing coming up is tomorrow. Rick Cox, my father-in-law, Kim's dad obviously, and many of you know him from Antioch Bible Church and other places, is going to drive with me in his car and me in my Volvo, and we're going to be dropping that off at Terminal 18 in Seattle. And from there it'll be loaded onto a ship and shipped out to Kauai, and that'll take about 19 or 20 days for it to arrive there. And so it will be there just a couple days after we get there in January, which would be great because that'll allow us to have some transportation on the ground. And then the next thing after that is that over the weekend we're going to start loading Rick's, all his worldly goods into the back third of this container. After we get that done, then we're going to load up our stuff as well. This next Sunday, the 9th, is my second to last day preaching here at Seaside in Bremerton, and we're going to work just on continuing to talk about what's next for us and our story, and for them and their story as we work through the book of Philippians. So excited for that. And then after that, through the next week, like I said, we'll be loading all of our worldly goods into here. And then Kim, on the 12th of December, this next a week from, I believe, today, she'll be loading up the boys, Elijah, Silas, Moses, and Ezekiel, into the car and driving over to Selah, Washington. And she'll spend a few days there with our dear friends Dana Kuhn and her boys and her extended family. And then she'll drive the rest of the way to Eastern Oregon to my parents' house. On the 18th of December, I will be flying out as well. I'm going to finish up this container and then tidying up some stuff around here. And then I will drop into the Boise area and visit with Trademark Church, some dear friends of ours who we helped launch a few years ago into that area and have supported financially here at Seaside. And as we come off, or they come off that financial season of support, we're going to debrief a little bit of what's happening next and what has gone on, and look forward to the future with them. And then I'll spend Christmas with our family, with my parents. We're going to enjoy just this one last probably Christmas for a while here in the States. And then on the 26th and 27th, this is a lot of information, I know, we're going to drive back to this area, and then Island Lake Camp, part of the Krista Camp system. We have some dear friends who go to Seaside who work there, and they're going to actually allow us to use their guest house up there for the few days that we'll be back. So the 27th, 28th, and 29th, we'll be staying at Island Lake in their guest house. And on the 30th, that's a Sunday, I'll be preaching my last time here at Seaside, and then we will leave that afternoon and head out to Mill Creek, Bothell area here in Washington and stay with some good friends of ours, Tony and Angie Schultz. And then from there they'll drop off our last car to the shipyard on the 31st. That'll arrive sometime before the end of January, and then we will be dropped off at the airport January 1st and flying out for Kauai. So a lot of things going on. Rick is going to be flying out the same day that we are, and then Becky White, one of our team members, is going to be flying out the next day, so we'll be picking her up. We already have a house out there that we're paying rent for this month, so we already have a place to live. It's strange. We have a house both here in Bremerton and Kauai. For once in our lives, we're a two-household family, which is kind of weird. Anyway, and then from there, we'll just continue to look towards what God has for us in Kauai. So that's kind of the update, things to be praying for, obviously, safe travels, lots of logistical details to work out, lots of things that we need to get done in the next month. And then our other prayer request is for one of our team members, a guy named Kris Lindstrom. Now, Kris is a single guy who joined Seaside over the last probably year or so and has been part of our community here and felt called by God to go to Kauai. And over the last few months, he's had, for a long time, the last few years, he's had a fibrosis issue with his lungs, so it's caused complications with breathing, so he often needs oxygen. And in the last month or two, he's been diagnosed with small cell carcinoma, which is at stage 0, but it's a cancer in the lungs. And that is something that we weren't expecting. Obviously, he wasn't expecting it as well. And so we are praying and walking with him through this season of seeing what's next to see if this is still something that God is going to be calling him to, or if something else might be going on that we haven't seen yet. Now, one of the complications is that he has not gotten necessarily better over the last week or so, but he's actually gotten worse, and it's progressive, the fibrosis. And so right now he's in hospice care, and they're taking care of him, and our hope is that God will heal him and he'll still be able to join us, but we just don't know what God's doing in this particular circumstance. So could you be praying for Kris, that God would provide healing for him and wisdom for all of us as we move forward, as he's part of our team, and he's planning on flying out in February to join us up in Kauai. So that's our updates. Lots going on. We really appreciate you guys, your prayers and your support for us and being part of our team. We love you and would pray that He would be blessing you in this season as He's blessed us. And we look forward to sharing with you probably next time from Kauai. So that's a big step ahead. So, all right, love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.